Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're jumping right into something you literally interact with every single day but probably never think twice about. We're going to take a highly familiar piece of everyday text, put it under the microscope, and completely decode the actual fabric of how we share information online. Let's get into it.
So here's a question for you. Do you actually know what you're sharing? I mean, think about it. Every single day, you're copying, pasting, and firing off dozens of links to friends, family, or coworkers. You hit copy link on your phone without missing a beat. But have you ever actually stopped to look at that massive string of random letters, numbers, and symbols? Do you really know what instructions you're sending off when you hit send? Okay, let's look at this specific link right here as our sole piece of source material for today. It's just a standard YouTube link, right? You've seen, what, a million of these? But I want us to start thinking about this little snippet not just as digital gibberish, but as a super specific set of postal instructions. It's just like how a physical letter needs a country, a city, a street, and a house number to get to the right person. Well, your web browser needs this exact, specific string of text to fetch the exact right video.
Section 1. Anatomy of a link.
To really understand how this digital mail gets delivered across the internet, we're going to read this address strictly from left to right. We'll break it down piece by piece so you can see the brilliant logic hiding in plain sight. So, the absolute foundation of our link is the domain. Right here, it's youtube.com. Going back to our postal analogy, you can think of the domain as the city. When you drop a physical letter in a mailbox, the Postal Service first looks at the city and state to route it to the general geographic area, right? Well, when you click this link, your browser is basically shouting, hey, take me to the city of YouTube. It's the broad overarching destination where the content actually lives.
Section 2. The destination directory.
But obviously, a city is massive. You can't just send a letter to YouTube City and expect it to magically find one specific video. You absolutely need a street. And that brings us to the path, or the directory. Right after the domain, we see a /, the word shorts, and then another slash. This directory is crucial because it tells the server exactly which format or which street we're navigating to within that giant YouTube city. I mean, YouTube has standard long-form videos, live streams, community posts, and of course, shorts. So by adding /shorts to the link, we're essentially turning onto a highly specific street in our digital city, which narrows down our search a ton.
Section 3. The unique video identifier.
Okay, so we've successfully found the city, and we're driving down the right street. But now we need to find the specific house where our video lives. And here it is. Just look at that wild jumble of characters. Capital X, lowercase b, capital E, capital D, the number 3, and so on. This brilliantly illustrates the exact house we're trying to find on our street. Every single video ever uploaded to YouTube is assigned a totally unique, seemingly random string of characters exactly like this one. It's the precise, individual address of the piece of content the sender wanted us to see. And it is incredibly exact. If you change even one single uppercase letter to a lowercase letter here, the digital postal worker gets totally confused, the link completely breaks, and you end up just staring at an error page.
Section 4. The source tracking parameter.
Now, for most people, the story ends right there at the house. City, street, house. The video plays, we're done. But look back at our original link for a second. There's actually more text at the very end, and this brings us to the final and honestly perhaps the most mysterious part of our link. Right after the video identifier, you see a question mark, followed by SI equals, and then another massive string of random characters. This is what's known in the biz as a query parameter. To stick with our postal analogy, imagine attaching a little invisible sticky note to the outside of your envelope. This sticky note, it doesn't actually help the letter arrive at its destination. The video player literally doesn't need it to play the video. Instead, this sticky note carries hidden information for the platform. In this specific case, that SI acts as a source identifier. It's essentially telling the platform exactly where the link was copied from or who shared it. It's tracking the journey of the link itself rather than dictating where it's going.
Let's actually look at these concepts side by side to really emphasize that extra payload. On the top, we have a clean link. Notice how it ends exactly after the unique video identifier? It works perfectly. It delivers you right to the exact house. No problem. Now on the bottom, we have the tracked link. This one includes that extra payload we just talked about, the query parameter starting with the question mark. Here's the crazy part. Both of these links take you to the exact same video. The only functional difference is that the bottom one carries that digital sticky note, quietly whispering to the servers about exactly how you got there.
Let's pull all of this together to really lock in this digital anatomy lesson. First, we have the domain, youtube.com, which is our broad city. Second, the directory, /shorts, which acts as our street. Third, the ID, that specific exact string of characters, acting as the specific house we're visiting. And finally, we have that query parameter starting with the question mark, our sticky note, just carrying tracking information along for the ride. This structure right here is the absolute backbone of how we navigate the web. And I promise you, once you see the logic behind it, you really can't unsee it.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. The power is actually entirely in your hands now. You know exactly how this address works, and you know for a fact that the sticky note isn't required to send the letter. So I want to leave you with this. The next time you hit share, will you just blindly copy the whole thing? Or will you take a second, backspace, and leave that tracking code behind? It's a tiny digital habit for sure, but a really fascinating choice to make now that you truly understand the anatomy of what you're sharing. Thanks for exploring this explainer with me today. Keep asking questions and keep learning.